Last week, 2018 started off with a bang. Everyone was super excited about the start of a new year. Out with crappy 2017, in with 2018. A new hope! And then less than 24 hours in, boom! First YouTube controversy of the year. Now, I'm sure most of you have already heard this story like 100 times over at this point, so I'm not gonna belabor it, but so we're all operating with the same level of knowledge. Viner turned social media star Logan Paul uploads a video from his recent trip to Japan. Only this video is him visiting a forest that's known as a place where people go to commit suicide. His video features graphic imagery of someone who had just taken his own life, including featuring that person in the thumbnail itself. His video ends up on the trending tab and racks up 6 million views before he finally takes it down due to the bad press that it's getting, the bad PR, the negative reaction that it's prompting from people. He then goes and issues 2 apologies, a good one and one that ended with a self-promotional hashtag, so, you know, a less good one. But of course it doesn't end there. Over the last few days, more troubling footage of Logan and his brother Jake Paul have started to surface. Things like, hey, here's Logan mimicking getting shot in the back of his head while his fans look on. Or Jake Paul using the N-word multiple times. Logan disrespecting more of the Japanese people and their culture. Jake Paul simulating sex with his girlfriend in a thumbnail for a video titled, "I Lost My Virginity." Finally, over a week after all of this has come to light, YouTube has finally made a response, and here is what they had to say. An open letter to our community. Many of you have been frustrated with our lack of communication recently. You think? You're right to be. You deserve to know what's going on. Like many others, we were upset by the video that was shared last week. We expect more of the creators who build their community on YouTube, as we're sure you do too. The channel violated our community guidelines, we acted accordingly, and we are looking at further consequences. It's taken us a long time to respond, but we've been listening to everything you've been saying. We know that the actions of one creator can affect the entire community, so we'll have more to share soon on steps we're taking to ensure a video like this is never circulated again. We acted accordingly? By what? As far as I understand the story, you just sat there until Logan Paul finally removed the video on his own because of the bad PR. A video that, mind you, you just openly acknowledged broke your community guidelines. I wouldn't necessarily call that acting accordingly, but hey, we'll just agree to disagree. But what has me really concerned is that last line. We're taking steps to ensure that a video like this never gets circulated again. I don't know if you guys have ever really noticed this, but YouTube tends to overcorrect itself in situations like this, and not so much solve the original problem, but instead cause more problems to the tens of thousands of creators who are working their asses off every single day to create content for this site. YouTube, before you fly off the handle and start instituting a whole series of new yellow badges to decorate our upload screens, listen for a second. I understand your problem, and I think I know the solution, and I think it's important that everyone else on this website also hear this out. Your algorithm, as it currently operates, has an exploit in it that rewards the sort of bad behavior that we've seen from the likes of the Pauls. I like to call it the Logan loophole. It had a better ring to it than the Paul hole. Anyway, regardless, let me explain. In my videos outlining how to create YouTube trends and how Viners like Logan Paul have been able to see such explosive growth on the platform, I mention this paper written by your engineers, Deep Neural Networks for YouTube Recommendations, with such super memorable quotes as, a key advantage of using deep neural networks as a generalization of matrix factorization is that arbitrary, continuous, and categorical features can be easily added to the model. Whoo boy, do you know how to talk to a guy? At least buy me dinner first. In this paper, and in onstage presentations given by your engineers at conventions like VidCon, you specifically mention that a factor your algorithm considers when deciding to recommend a video, including recommending that video in places like the trending tab, is embeds from trusted publishing websites. In other words, get just a little bit of traffic from the likes of CNN.com, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC News, Forbes, Forbes, Variety, or any other online trusted publication, and your system is then triggered to give that video extra promotion in places like the recommended feeds, the homepage, and the trending tab. And this system usually makes a lot of sense. Things that get embedded onto news websites are generally considered to be pretty important for people to know about. So this system ensures that the videos that are surfacing highest on YouTube are the ones that are going to be relevant to the outside world. People are getting informed about what is most important, videos that are generating buzz. But one of the fastest ways to game this sort of system is to create controversy. This is the Logan loophole. Creating controversy gets you featured. Getting featured gets you embedded. Embedded gets you more exposure and thus more views. Now, up to this point, Logan and his brother were just doing it amongst themselves. Stupid little diss tracks to create fake news and drama between the two channels for the fans. But now they've taken it to a whole nother scale. Logan's Suicide Forest video and then the subsequent apology were featured on every news site I mentioned and then some. And as a result, YouTube's neural network responded and said, wow, this must be a fantastic video. Let's make sure it gets shown everywhere. And as a result, Logan's apology was #1 on trending for multiple days, getting recommended against every other video out there on YouTube. The thought process of the neural network was probably something like, wow, this video is getting embedded everywhere. It must be a great video. Let's make sure everyone sees it. Except there's a problem with that. His face and his brand were everywhere, and in the aftermath of what was a disgusting and exploitative video, his channel is the strongest that it's been in months. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Despite his last upload, the apology video happening on January 2nd, January 3rd and 4th were 2 of his highest view days ever in the history of the channel. Before the video, he was earning around 40,000 subs a day. Now it averages to about 65,000 a day. And this is without him even uploading every day, bro. Dab on them haters. He is currently the 6th fastest growing YouTube channel after he uploaded a video about a man hanging himself. And that is the power of the Logan loophole. And here's why all this algorithm talk is so important. Because what this situation has taught creators, not just the Pauls, but all up-and-coming creators who are looking to quickly make a name for themselves in a crowded ecosystem, it's taught them that by doing more and more distasteful, over-the-top, extreme stunts like this, that they're able to get themselves exposure, headlines, and most importantly of all, those sweet, sweet YouTube dollars. Demonetization, I hear you saying, YouTube. These sorts of videos get demonetized, which discourages them from getting made. But one of the things that you're not accounting for in that situation is the trickle-down views and subscribers that these sorts of giant stunts get. One video like this, demonetized or no, translates to millions of views on other videos on the channel that are monetized. And the subscribers that come in from controversies like this just mean that when Logan decides to start vlogging again, like his dad just announced, way to have your dad speak for you there, Logan, means he's gonna come back stronger than he was before. When you actually stop and look at it, there is no real penalty here put in place by the system to discourage this sort of behavior. In fact, it's almost the opposite. The system rewards you for doing things that generate these sorts of headlines. And so shameless creators will continue to exploit that Logan loophole, looking to make a name for themselves and make those YouTube millions. Now, based on your open letter, it sounds like we're on the same page about this, but it bears repeating, when top creators behave like this, the only losers in that situation are the thousands of other creators on YouTube and YouTube itself. I mean, you've just gotten back from the brink of 2 separate massive ad crises, and you've made system-wide changes to ensure that you never risk losing the trust of advertisers again. Situations like the Paul controversies don't help. I mean, I just got back from the Consumer Electronics Show, which is one of the largest tech and digital video events in the country, and I sat watching panels dedicated to why brands don't trust digital video. And I had conversations with marketers and brands who said that when situations like the Logan Paul controversy pop up, they pull all their ads. And I don't mean they just pull all their ads from the Logan Paul channel. I mean they pull all their ads from the platform it happened on, i.e. YouTube. And when stuff like that happens, thousands of creators who have worked hard on this platform lose out, and you lose out on money too, YouTube. Look, I get it. Logan and Jake Paul have made you a ton of money over the last year, and I have no doubt that you'd worry about the bad press that would come with two of social media's largest stars suddenly up and leaving your platform. But as someone who works with creators, brands, and the agencies that are physically out there buying your ads, I assure you that every time a news headline reads, "YouTuber reaches a new low," the long-term viability of your platform takes a hit. And a substantial one, and one that's a lot more costly than the hundreds of millions of views that those guys earn you every month. Let me be 100% clear. I'm not saying that you should go and delete Logan Paul's channel, nothing like that. I totally believe that Logan deserves a second chance, or third chance, or fifth chance, or whatever chance he's on at this point. But what I am saying is that currently your system doesn't have a penalty in place to discourage this sort of Logan loophole behavior. In fact, it rewards this mentality of constant one-upsmanship. What is the bigger and more extreme thing that I can do to get even more headlines? For years, you, YouTube, and I, and hundreds of other creators have had to fight against this stigma of YouTube being a place where people just go to watch cat videos. But now, because of this automated system, you're creating a new stereotype for yourself. The place where teenagers go to make millions by acting like idiots. And I don't know about you, but that's not a whole lot better than the whole cat thing. Close the Logan loophole, YouTube. And when you go and make whatever changes that you're gonna make to the platform, please try to ensure that whatever you're doing, it's not affecting the thousands of creators who are working day in and day out to create quality, positive content for the platform. That they don't have to suffer on account of a couple bad eggs.